Hello, my sweet Virgos. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm sorry for the late video. We just got back and I have a ton of work to do. The laundry and clearing everything out, it just takes a while. So I'm still working on it. But I wanted to get your reading out. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive, centered myself or the sign of Virgo. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angel saints, spirit guides, ancestors, and ask for a message for Virgo's greater good. We pray for truth and only truth for Virgo. I was looking for the affirmations deck, Virgo. Oh, I found it. I was like, what did I do with that deck? But since I pulled this higher self deck out, I'm going to get you one from that as well, because there are no coincidences, and you know that. So, all right. Give me an affirmation for my sweet Virgos. You guys seem to get the same affirmations no matter how many times I shuffle. I feel like you get the same affirmations. It's crazy. All right, for Virgo, give me an affirmation for my sweet Virgos. Affirmation. Oops. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we got guided steps, and it says trust the process. Even when the path seems clear or unclear or blocked, I keep moving forward and steady effort. As you move forward, you find resources and rewards await you. I take one step at a time. Yeah, you're being guided. They're saying, don't worry about any obstacles. Just take the guided steps that you're meant to take, okay? Because they're clearing the passage for you. That's why they don't want you to worry. You have many choices to make to move closer to your desires. I make good decisions. They are clearing the passage for you. I love that. Pathway beyond. It's definitely a level up that's happening for you, Virgo. So let's see. I want to get one from this deck since like I said, there's no mistakes. And I pulled this deck. So let's see what they want you to know from this deck. This is the Higher Self Messages Oracle deck. For my sweet Virgo, what message do you have for my sweet Virgos? Truth and only truth for my sweet Virgos. Truth and only truth. Card. Everything is unfolding as it should be. It says you pull the strings that control your own life. Do your part, Virgo. Stay in a high vibration. Live in a space of love and gratitude and magnetize whatever it is you're trying to create in your reality. They said everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to. Don't doubt it, okay? So let's see what else we get. Let's do the Psychic Tarot overall energy for my sweet Virgos. Overall energy for my sweet Virgos. Memories of love and foundation and achievement. Whew, I feel like there is someone from the past, Virgo. I know you're so tired of hearing about the past. I get it. But this person is thinking about you, remembering you, pulling at your energy. And I feel this is because you've moved on and you're finding stability. You could also be in a new relationship or you're actively calling in a new union. Either way, you're stable without this person. And that has them in their head. They're in mental conflict because of your level up. Empress energy, recognition and reward in the Empress energy, being seen as a true divine feminine. So let's see what else we get, Virgo. I'm just going to grab some from this deck, but then I'm going to use the other deck for my sweet Virgos. What's in Virgo's energy? What's in my sweet Virgo's energy? Yeah, this is someone that's not for you, they're in a lot of chaos and conflict. Now, they could have been a soulmate to you, a karmic soulmate. This can also represent you calling in a new soulmate, and this is what's creating the conflict. This person wants to message you because they see you are blessed. You're blessed. This person feels like you are home to them. And now that you're gone, they don't have that same safety, security that they once had with you due to their free will actions, of course. All right, let's look at current energy for my sweet Virgos. Current energy. Current energy. What is the obstacle? Okay, what is the advice? And what is the outcome? So, I'm sorry, Virgo. I can't help to read what comes out, but you have someone sitting here in the Four of Cups feeling sorry for themselves. This person didn't recognize the blessing right in front of their face, which was you. They have lost their blessing. And the problem here is, in the current energy, they're lying. They're still lying to themselves, lying to other people, not only about how they feel, but about what they did. They continue to lie. This is why it's an obstacle to ever get back to your energy. They can't speak the truth. They can't tell the truth. And the obstacle, I heard, they didn't learn their lesson. They didn't learn the lesson. They didn't learn anything. You got someone, the obstacle is they're in regret because they made a bad investment. They made a bad choice, which comes out all the time. Advice from Spirit is this person needs to walk away from whatever situation they're in. It is not serving them. But this is their free will choice. The outcome, they want to come in and love bomb or gaslight. They want to come in and give you an offer. But this person hasn't changed. They're still lying. Okay? So, if we didn't have the surrounding cards, I would say this is just a love offer. But no, this person's a love bomb or gaslighter. That's what I feel. All right, so let's see in the current energy, what are they still lying about for my sweet Virgos? I don't even think you care. You know this person's done nothing but spread lies about you. I don't think you care at all about what this person says, does, thinks, and anyone that believes them, you don't care for that either. You really don't care. What do you care if low vibrational people believe lies? No, it's no sweat off your back. Tell me, what is the current energy? What's the lies here? Current energy for Virgo. Oh, so the false emperor. They were saying that they didn't have regret losing you. They were telling people that you were toxic and that they were happy to be free of you. This was a false emperor that was trying to do damage control. They were trying to save their own butt by controlling the narrative and saying, look, Virgo was toxic. Virgo had addictions. I don't regret losing Virgo. When in reality, this false emperor, this is who the false emperor is. So they projected and they lied to save their own butt, to cover what they did. Yeah, this person is nothing but a deceiver. So this is why in the current energy, they don't have access to you. The obstacle is they're in regret and they made a bad investment. Imagine that. A false emperor in devil energy making the wrong investment. Go figure that one out. All right, obstacle. Tell me about the obstacle, Holy Spirit. Yeah, it's an obstacle because you're an Empress energy. You have healed and you have evolved, Virgo. You've elevated. This person is now feeling like the victim because they may have chose a Queen of Cups energy, a mother figure, father figure, take what resonates. And you predicted what would happen if they did. And so it's an obstacle because this person can never admit that they made the wrong decision. So they hold on and they sit in the energy of regret, knowing this was the worst mistake of their life. So Spirit's saying, look, you want your life to change? You're not happy? Then walk away. Advice. Yeah, again, this storyline comes out a lot. Your past person was a follower, and they were misguided by a whole group of people to make this bad decision. And now they're the ones carrying the burden from the decision that was made. Not this group of people that misled them. No, they are. They're the ones carrying the burdens. Give me one more. And they're trying to keep it quiet. I do feel like they are starting to reflect on how you were the soulmate to them. I got to do something with this blind. It's distracting me. All right, that's better. So I do feel like they are reflecting on how you were a soulmate to them. You were destined to be with them, but that's as far as it goes. The outcome, this person wants to come in, riding in on their white horse to love bomb and gaslight you. How exciting. Not really. Outcome. Yeah. See, they want to communicate, but there's nothing left to say. With the world, the cycle's closed. What is there left to say? No, there's nothing left to say. The bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups. You know, this person's feeling sorry for themselves because they missed an opportunity. It's like it's become so clear. It's become so evident to this person that you are the one that's being blessed, that you're in earth angel energy and you are being blessed. And it's so evident to this person they chose wrong. Yeah, they're a deceiver. They're just getting back the energy that they put out. So this is how they operate. So of course they're going to attract someone in that same energy. And maybe that's what this person is finally starting to understand. All right, let's see. So yeah, current energy, they're still out here lying, telling everyone you were toxic, you had addictions, that they don't regret losing you. This was all damage control, trying to cover their evil ways. That's what it was. And that's still going on in the current energy. But you know it. You know it, Virgo. I don't think you care. Wow. There's a lot of fighting now. There's a lot of communication, arguing. And it feels like it has to do with an illumination of truths. People are fighting about what has come out. So let me ask, what is this illumination of truth that's causing a lot of arguing? Oh, that this person made a bad decision and that's the blockage? That was the reason why they were lying, misleading people because they made the wrong decision? The obstacle. They see you're an Empress. They made a bad investment. They're feeling like the victim because they chose a Queen of Cups energy and you may have predicted it to this person. Now they feel left out in the cold. They could be struggling financially, and this is the obstacle. Yeah, this person, it's an obstacle for them to come in the player energy to give you an offer. You're not interested. You don't want a reconnection. You're gone. Six of Swords, Three of Cups, you're gone. The divine is saying, look, you chose to believe a whole group of people. You chose to take bad advice. You're the one carrying the burden. They're not. They're laughing behind your back because you were stupid enough to take the bait. I'm sorry, but that's what's coming through. So Spirit's saying, you want your life to be better, different, walk away. Change your life, just like Collective did when they got rid of you. Set boundaries. You want your life to get better? Set boundaries. Stop being a follower. Yeah, this is someone that's overly emotional. They could operate from ego, be deeply wounded in their ego. This can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag. This is all karma playing out, justice playing out for this person to teach this person a lesson in humility, how to treat people, you know. The outcome, they want to communicate. They want to come in and love bomb and gaslight. They're still a deceiver and the cycle's closed. You got nothing left to say. Nothing left to say. You know, this person thinks that they can bully their way back into your life. But the blockage is they're defeated. They've been defeated. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. There you are, Virgo. Sitting pretty in the Nine of Pentacles energy. Confident, independent, building something on your own, doing just fine without this person. Better than just fine without this person. This person is a cheater, a liar, and a snake. Who wants to have this in their energy? This is a nightmare. Four of Cups, you know, there is an illumination of truth. You were the earth angel. You're being blessed. They missed out big time. Four of Cups. Yeah, and you're not interested. Queen of Swords, you know the truth. You're cold as ice because you already know everything that this person has done and you really don't care. You don't ever want them in your energy. Probably not in this life or any other life. You don't ever want to see this person again. Not out of anger, bitterness, or resentment. Out of self-preservation. You're moving on. Forging a new path. and you're happy doing this. 10 of Cups. You finally have happiness, joy, and emotional fulfillment, or you're getting there. Congratulations. You deserve it. Let them sit and have memories of love. Let them continue to lie and pretend. They're not a part of your reality. Let them do whatever they need to do. It doesn't matter. Let's get a couple from my deck, Virgo. All right. For my sweet Virgos, what do they need to know? Yeah, this person, they could have done a lot to create toxicity around what you do for work. And they're under God's wrath. They're under judgment for sure for their very dark behavior. Yeah, they're stuck in a karmic connection, which is a lesson. They're going to learn it one way or another. The blockages now, they could be feeling like they are outcast, feeling left out. You could be getting a new home or relocating or redecorating your home. Yeah, manifesting the life that you desire. And the person you left in the past is connected to a karmic that is actually working in the background behind their back, like against them. They're being secretive and they're doing things behind this person's back. You have St. Michael here protecting you, Virgo. You don't have to worry. St. Michael is definitely keeping you safe, as well as the angels. That's beautiful. And your past person is going to go through the dark night of the soul. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This can be anyone. You're receiving messages through thoughts, words, dreams, and visions. Continue to tap in. Yeah, you could be getting downloads about this false emperor. They want you to continue to cleanse your energy because of the projection, but you are safe. You are protected. Yeah, this is someone that took the advice of their toxic friends and went toward a karmic connection, a karmic lesson. And they're the ones paying the price, not the toxic friends. They want you to believe in miracles because a miracle will soon happen in your life, Virgo. You could be taking a trip. You could be relocating. Maybe it's somewhere warm by the ocean or by a body of water. You could have had karmic family members involved, your family or this person's family. They definitely have childhood trauma that is unhealed. They're immoral and they lack integrity. They use the excuse of childhood trauma to justify what they do. They're saying continue to get connected, going out in nature, meditating, praying. Everything's coming to light. You don't need to do anything. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? You're also attracting a divine union. Divine love, a real divine partner. There you are, Virgo. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yep, there was deception, betrayal, and lies, and you are well aware of it. Somebody could be trying to telepathically communicate by way of music. They created a massive injustice for you. And guess what? They're going to have legal issues for the injustice that was done, and you're going to have success, abundance, and stability. And it's happening in the near future. You are this high priestess energy, very spiritually gifted. You're coming out as an earth angel and you are being guided on your destined path. And you've been dealing with a false masculine and a false feminine energy coming against an empress. Wow. But see, you get the signs about this narcissistic energy. You get the clarity that you need, the inspired action that you're meant to take when it comes to protecting yourself or whatever creative ideas you're meant to act upon. You're getting the download. So continue to follow the guidance you receive from the spiritual realm and let the divine take care of this karmic couple and their toxic friends and toxic family, whoever's involved. You have nothing to worry about. It's just the energy's here because everything's coming full circle. That's why we keep getting so many karmic energies. But you guys are doing amazing. I love you so much. You rock. And I am scheduling for the 3rd week of December if you're interested. Please share the videos, like and subscribe, Virgos, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.